guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, we are going to be showing you guys my swing trading routine that I do every single Sunday. So I hope you guys all enjoy this video. If you guys do, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you guys want to learn more about swing trading, how to find stocks, how to find undervalued stocks, strategies, approaches, everything with swing trading, check out our school. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. It's absolutely fantastic. We have private live streams, we have quizzes, we have a group chat, we have everything you guys need to get started. And given that the Detroit Lions just won, obviously I'm wearing my jersey. You guys know I'm from Michigan, so I had to represent. We are now doing a 50% off sale. You guys can use code LIONS for 50% off. Only 5 spots left for that code. So check it out down below. If you guys want to take trading to the next level, check it out down below. And guys, let's jump into this here. So the first thing that I always do when I go in to the new week here, I want to know what's going on with the stocks that I'm holding, as well as continuing to seek out stocks with opportunity. I went beforehand and I did go ahead and I looked at the scanner, but I want to show you guys why I chose the stocks. So stay tuned for that. So let's jump into this. So the stocks that we are holding right now, we are holding 3 positions. We are holding BRFS, DX, and Tesla. These 3 stocks here, in my opinion, do carry a ton of potential, and we'll actually show you guys exactly why here. But more importantly here, we'll kind of show you guys our trading checklist here. So having a trading checklist is very, very important, especially going into the new week, because one, this is going to be kind of how you choose stocks that you might want to add to your watch list. Secondly, stocks that you're holding, you still want to make sure that they're following the approach you have. So obviously for me, I'm a long trader, so meaning I buy and I try to sell at a higher price. Some of you maybe are short traders, so you're betting for the stock to go down. What I seek out is an upward trend. We want some sort of support. We want an undervalued RSI. We want to know the earnings date. I ideally don't want to hold through an earnings report. And one of the stocks here that we're in on actually is announcing an earnings tomorrow, I believe, pre-market. So I'm excited for that because I do think, and I'll show you guys more about that in a minute. But we want a good risk and reward, and we want some sort of lower time frame support. And you guys can see these are kind of our trade breakdown. This is my little trading journal that I keep so I can keep track of what's working, what's not working, and it's very, very important for traders to do so. Now, obviously, you don't need to sign up for the course strictly for a journal. If you have a strategy that is working for you, I would still highly recommend getting this. This right here is the trading journal I love. This is the one that I sell on Amazon. It's awesome because what it tracks that this one doesn't is your mindset and your emotions behind it. I think that's very, very important. Emotions make up a ton of trading. So check out this. This is right on Amazon, and I'll put it down below. It's going to be under Swing Trading Journal, so check that out. But going in here, and what we want to do is just kind of get a general idea of what's going on with the stocks that we're holding. So with BRFS here, you guys will notice we took a nice trade here on the 90-day moving average line. So the thought process here as of right now, you guys can see it sold off, right? It sold off down this trend line. We got in on the breakout, near around this 409 area, setting stops just below it. And we had that good move above the 200-day moving average line. So me, as of right now, we're kind of keeping our stop loss in this general window here. And the reason why we're keeping it there is we want it a little bit below these moving average lines. So if it kind of curls down and rallies up, we're not going to get stopped out on a position. You guys can see it does have those tendencies of it kind of curling below those moving average lines and popping up. So we don't want to get stopped out on those trades. And that's what's very important with your trading, is looking back at what the stock has done. And this kind of what brings me to my next thing that we're going to be talking about today. And obviously, all of the stocks here follow that checklist, follow that approach and all of that stuff. So, but now here, DX. DX is a stock that we got in. We're up handsomely on this trade. And the thought process behind this one here, let's go ahead and pull up our trading journal. So with DX here, our average cost right now is about 1206. So 1206 is our entry price. And as of right now, it's trading near and around that 1270 mark. So we're up about 5%, which is really pretty decent here. So now, looking back at previous history here, what I want to see here, this is the stock that could be announcing an earnings. You guys can see the day after the earnings announcement, we had good buying pressure. Obviously, earnings are a 50-50 chance of making money. And obviously, this one here, earnings report next day, buying pressure. I ideally do not like doing this because of situations like this, where we get some selling pressure, but we are continuing to hold. This is one that I want to kind of experiment with just because we're already up handsomely with it. We can thin out the shares in the morning, mean just take our profit, hold, a couple hundred shares of it and see what happens with it. That's kind of the thought process I have right now with it. Ideally, if you're just starting out with trading, I would not hold through earnings. This is something, like I said, that I am doing more of a test. So that's what's going on here with this one. Now, breaking down the stock here on why we bought it, obviously it follows that approach very, very well. And what that approach is the stock on an upward trend selling off down to some sort of moving average line and some sort of trend line here. You guys can look at this trend line where we hit it several times, establishing good support here, entered here for a push back up, to highs here. So now the thought here is if it dips down below the 1250 mark, we'll just take our profit and move on to other opportunity. I ideally think that tomorrow is going to be a relatively decent earnings report. I do expect to see some volatility like normal, and obviously in the first hour of the trading that the market's open, we can kind of get a general gauge of what's going on. So we can obviously just exit the position in the first hour. Often, it could be a little more volatile during that times, but it's still important. But as of right now, our total stop here is going to be near and around that 1254 area. So now seeking out stocks with opportunity. This is why a lot of you guys clicked on this video here today. And what we want to do here is look for supports. That I think that's very, very important. So the approach here with this stock here, ALC, is this, right? We have a lot of support in this general range. We do have a trend in that direction. So now there's two approaches you could have with this type of trade. The first approach would be this, getting in on a breakout like such. So you get in on the breakout of this trend. Now, ideally, that does work pretty decent here. But one of the things here I want to look at is the lower time frame. You guys can see that this stock has popped up in the past and sold off. So looking at this here, the reason why we have this on watch is I want to see if we can get more buying pressure. I want to see if we can get a push above some of these moving average lines or some support here start dwindling down. I think this is a decent one to at least leave on watch, but one that it's probably a C- if I was going to rate it. Now we have CPB. This one's great. I love how the stock had a good breakout, found good hourly support, hitting those moving average lines, establishing support. That's what's very, very important here. So now we could enter at, the 48 mark for a push back up to, 51. That would ensure the risk management is relatively decent here. If we hopped in there, set our stop here just below kind of that trend line, our target price back up here, 3-to-1 risk and reward is decent. So this is what I do every Sunday is I go in, I look at the scanner, and I kind of start planning out possible entries. So the thought process on this one, 200-day moving average play. Obviously, we could have a decent little trend like such. So we could see a move on that 200-day. The RSI is at a 34, and the hourly here is kind of a little more volatile than we would like, but it's still worth throwing on watch. INVH here is a play very similar to the others. Sold off right down below these moving average lines, started getting buying pressure, broke out, hit that 200, Could see a move from 34 back up to, the 37 mark with a pretty tight stop at 33. That's a pretty decent 4-to-1 risk and reward. Then we got IP. IP here is a good stock here that's definitely on watch for good reason. Looking at this play here, we do have the 90-day moving average line. We have the RSI at about a 41, which is the biggest downside to the stock here. But we do have, a possible, little trend like such. And I think it's just a good one to leave on watch for a possible move on that 90-day moving average line. So we do have a decent trend. So the thought would be from 46 to about 50. So like I said, this is what I do. It's not rocket science. It's just putting in those hours. Trendline support. This one here, I would throw an alert down here. So if it does dip down, we'll just get notified because it's on that trend line. Easy. Then we got LRN. LRN sold off a bunch. The hourly, we do want to break out above that like such. So we'll see though what happens with this one. Decent one I watch. OSCR. Stock selling off down below it. Below moving average lines on the hourly. 200-day moving average line as trend line. RSI is at a 32. Could see a nice move going in the future. So yeah, swing trading isn't this glorious thing. You just review stocks. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, hit that like button, subscribe. If you guys want to learn more about trading, check out our school, code LIONS, 50% off, and we'll see you guys in there. Take care.